Good afternoon and welcome inside the broadcast booth inside Geisman Gymnasium for the home opener and the season opener for the Concordia University Chicago women's basketball team as they take on the UW Lacrosse Eagles. Carter Gledhill with you on the call, joined by Peter Burkowski. Peter, last year was a building year for this Cougars team. They made the conference tournament for the first time under head coach Lauren Martin. There's still a lot of work to be done even after a sub-500 year last year.
That's right. Making the tournament was a step in the right direction. Also, the first time they made the tournament since 2018. So a good experience and building year for a very young team. 16 of their 26 current players are underclassmen, including 8 freshmen.
And a big storyline for today's game is that 13 inactive Cougars for Coach Martin. So a little shorthanded for CUC today. But I can tell you, all of the girls that are dressed and ready to play are excited to be playing here today in the season opener of the 2021-2022 season. We're going to take it down to the court where Jim Egan, the PA announcer, will be delivering the starting lineups and will play the national anthem. There you have it, the starters for both teams. We'll run it back by you one more time. For the Eagles, Paige Schumann, Olivia Arnbeck. Paige Schumann, Emma Gamorki, Alana Gilles, Lexi Higgins, and Julia Sidal. And for the Cougars, Sarah Ludwig, Jaylene Wade, Ava Gardner, Allison McGregor, and Kate Johnson. Peter, not much to see from both teams. We saw the Cougars playing a couple scrimmages prior to this game, but what can we expect from this team in this match?
Well, the Cougars play with a lot of energy, that's for sure. A lot of their plays from the preseason were much more energy plays than just pure skill and flashy plays. So this is going to be a very up-tempo team. See if they can carry that over in the regular season starting today.
Cougars last year finished 4th in the NAC South Division and made it into the playoffs for the first time under head coach Lauren Martin. The Eagles win the opening tip, and they'll bring it up. Gamorki trying to work on Ludwig, tipped around in the paint by McGregor, and Gardner takes the charge down the other court.
It's a nice tip there by McGregor.
Jaylene Wade, 3 off the mark, rebound by Schumann. Entrance pass into Gillis was a little off, and Wade now has it.
So we're seeing that up-tempo beat already. Both teams up and down the court real quick.
Especially with a team with the Cougars that are shorthanded right now, getting ahead early will be key for them. But this Eagles team, coached by Karen Middleton, has been competitive in the WIAC since she's taken over. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Ludwig has to throw it up. Shot clock violation. That'll be a turnover in the Eagles' ball.
So a very different possession there from the Cougars. Their first one was almost an immediate 3. This one they decide to slow things down, run into the shot clock. Wonder which direction they're going to go in through the rest of the game.
Eagles finished last year 5-5, 4-4 in the WIAC, and lost in the semifinals of the conference tournament to UW Oshkosh. Year prior to that, they made it into the first round of the NCAA tournament. First basket of the game goes to Emma Gamorki.
So Elena Gillis set up a good screen there for the Eagles that opened up that lane.
Cougars with all five of their players outside of the three-point arc. Johnson finally moves into the middle a little bit.
So a lot of movement around the perimeter. I don't see much cutting towards the basket.
Offensive foul called. Foul's called on Kate Johnson. That's her first. Johnson appeared in 8 games last year, started in 1. And she needs to step up big for the team after Jada Dixon is not playing today. She was scratched, the senior post player. Kick out to the wing. Sidell shots off, rebound by Gamorki. Entrance pass in. Good for Gills.
The Cougars got to be careful not to let those inside passes happen. That was right towards the basket. Very little interference when it got to its target.
This is a Cougars team that likes to shoot the 3 a lot as well, as that one's poked away and stolen by Gamorki. Transition pass and finish from Sidell. Timeout by Coach Martin. And the Eagles are off to a hot 6-0 run to start the opening quarter of the 2021-2022 season. We'll take a quick break and come back with you for more action from Geisman Gymnasium. Welcome back. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you inside Geisman Gymnasium. Eagles open up the first quarter of the season with a 6-0 run, forcing a Cougar timeout by Coach Martin. Peter, what do we see in those opening possessions from the Eagles that forced the Cougar timeout?
Well, after their first possession, they they're started to work towards the middle a lot more cutters, less perimeter work. They're getting to that basket and attacking the Cougars' interior defense, and it's working so far. Put up 6 points on the board quick.
Should mention on the court, Jaylene Wade played the most minutes and led the team in assists last year, and she has to take charge of this offense. Her drive to the rim is no good, off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Gills.
So nice to see a little bit more teamwork from the Cougars. They're doing a lot of ISO ball right now. Start setting some screens. Might be beneficial to their offense.
Eagles doing a good job of perimeter work, and now a drive into the basket by Siddell. Nobody was there on the backside and was able to beat Gardner off the dribble.
So Gardner was looking for some help, didn't get any. Left up a wide open lane.
So Jaylene Wade led the team in minutes played as a sophomore with 37.9. Started all 8 games for the Cougars, and she's the only veteran out there. The only other Cougar with a start last year was Kate Johnson. On the ground, picked up by the Eagles. That was Siddell. She'll take it to the near side. Schumann, bounce pass in there, and an and one from Lexi Higgins. Peter, right now the Eagles are just exploiting the middle for the Cougars defense.
A lot of off-ball movement for the Eagles so far, kind of throwing the Cougars defense off, opening up those interior looks that they've been exploiting all game so far.
Josie Call into the game for the Cougars, as well as Sydney Lloyd. 2 freshmen enter their first collegiate game.
Cougars got 4 freshmen out on the court right now. Again, going back to how young this team is.
Higgins converts the free throw, makes it a 9-0 game. 5:42 left to play in the first quarter. Lloyd, wild shot, hits off the side of the backboard. The Eagles get the easy rebound. So a stoppage as they fix the shot clock. They'll put 26 seconds on. I think it didn't reset from 30 and it went to 20 instead. So the Eagles will take it out in front of the Cougars bench. Cougars have dropped back into a little off-man defense. Eagles still find a way to get it into the post, into the basket, courtesy of Lexi Higgins. Higgins now with 5 points to open the game.
So again, they're just exploiting that middle of the court. Cougars be wise to shut those passing lanes down.
Cougars have had 4 shots, none of which have gone in. They are still scoreless. Gardner trying to find her way in. Broken up by Higgins. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Lloyd's in the quarter. She needs help. She just throws it up, and it's picked off in the middle by Gillis. Transition offense for the Eagles, pulled out by Gamorki. Her three-pointer off the mark. Rebound by Wade.
So you got to watch out for Gamoki's three-pointer. She was second in the WIC last year in three-pointers a game at 2.1. So she could definitely hit them, especially if you leave open that wide-open lane for her. Still see the Cougars working around the perimeter.
Gardner's 3 off the mark. Lloyd tried to grab it, but Higgins got it before. Post entrance pass by Seidel was no good. And some substitutions for the Eagles coming in now. Kat Fitzgerald, Nikki Dienberg, as well as Cassandra Wormsley.
So that last play, good job by Ava Gardner getting in that passing lane, making that pass have to be a little bit too high for its intended receiver. Cause that turnover.
Late substitution for the Cougars. Number 2, the freshman Princess Gates in from Gary, Indiana. So the only upperclassman on the court right now for the Cougars is Sarah Ludwig. She did not play last year. In her junior season, she appeared in 21 games, but other than that, never made a start. She gets her first start here today for Coach Martin in her 5th year.
She's going to have to take charge out here. She's got 4 freshmen on the court with her.
8 seconds, shot by Lloyd. That one's off the mark. Air ball go out of bounds. So 2 forced shots by Lloyd. And now the Cougars have to dial up some pressure. They're down 13-0, 3:39 remaining in the first quarter. They go to a trap zone, high up on half court. Eagles are swinging it, getting into the middle. Kick out to the corner to Wormsley. Her shot is off the mark, hit off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound by Dienberg. Ludwig picks up Gamoki at the top. 3-point attempt in and out by Dienberg. Ball goes out of bounds off the foot of Wormsley. The Cougars will take possession.
So I like that defensive play by the Cougars there. Very up-tempo, very on target. They're hounding their players, cause that turnover.
So Cougars are 0 of 6 from the field, have yet to score in this game. Ludwig with a drive, throws it off the backboard, no good. Lead pass up to Gamoki. Easy layup for the Eagles, they're up 15. And you can see the veteran coaching by Karen Middleton coming into effect in the early going. Lloyd thought about pulling up from 3. Just gives it back to Ludwig. 13 on the shot clock. McGregor at the top, swings it to Gates. No inside penetration. Shot up by Lloyd and another air ball. Call gets it and she knocks it down 15 feet from the corner, and the first points of the season go to the freshman, Josie Call.
So that mid-range attack finally pays off for the Cougars. Get their first points on the day.
Gates comes in with the block but gets too much hand, and a foul is called. It'll send Kat Fitzgerald to the line to shoot 2.
So that was a foul, but I like the Cougars' defense as of late, a lot more aggressive and on the ball, not leaving those open lanes up for the Eagles to take advantage of.
Substitution for the Eagles. Carly Coulthard in. Fitzgerald's first shot is good. Fitzgerald, 45% free throw shooter in her career. Entering her 3rd year for the Eagles, and she makes both. 17-2 ball game. Near the 2-minute mark remaining in the first quarter. It's been all Eagles. Lloyd tries to put the spin move, fade away. Good off the backboard.
Moves there by Lloyd.
After struggling to get it going, she finally converts on her 4th shot.
Took it to the interior this time rather than trying to stay on the
Ball
outside.
loose on the court, rolling around. A foul is called on Sarah Ludwig. 3 Cougars were scrapping for the ball, as well as Carly Coulthard. She'll take it out in front of the Cougars bench. Minute 46 remaining in the first quarter. It's been all Eagles in the early goings. 3 from Gamoki. Rebound by McGregor. Ludwig pushing tempo, kicks it to Gates, her 3. Another air ball. Ball goes out of bounds. Substitution for the Eagles coming into the game. Lauren Milne coming out will be Emma Gamoki. A lot of air balls right now, Peter, from these young Cougars.
Last year as a team, Cougars shot 25% from 3. Significantly lower than the 35% field goal mark they had last year.
Jaylene Wade led the team from 3-point range, 32% on the season. Foul called on Lauren Milne. Gates to call. We're under a minute to play in the opening quarter of the season. McGregor on the ground. Jump ball called. And the possession will stay with the Cougars. Jaylene Wade checks back into the game for McGregor. As well as another sub in Mackenzie Strawlin, the sophomore from Johnsburg, Illinois, played in 11 games last year and started 4. Was the 3-point champion in the Cougar Madness competition between the men's and women's basketball teams. So she won the women's competition and then the competition between both teams. That was earlier this week. Wade, 2 seconds, pulls up from the block area, knocks it down. Jaylene Wade gets in the box score.
Good shot, good movement to get some open space.
Cougars attacking right now, trying to get the trap. Cross pass, reverse layup, good move by Milne. That's what happens when you break a press like that and you move the ball around, Peter.
I say whoever was on Milne was not close enough to her, gave her a little too much open space to work with.
Shot clock off, 17 seconds remain. Wade is going to wait for this clock to dwindle down even more. She's met by the ball by Dienberg. Changes courts. Strawlin sets up a screen. Wade uses it. Stutter step 3. Knocks it down. Jaylene Wade. Back to her old habits. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. The Eagles take the first quarter 19-9. And it started with that opening run where the Eagles were up 13-0. Peter, that's the end of that quarter is what we needed to see from the Cougars in the beginning. What do they make in the adjustment-wise offensively to get themselves back in this game?
Well, they're playing a lot of perimeter ball right now, a lot of outside shots, a lot of long mid-range shots. I'd like to see them cut towards the middle a little bit, or they got to get more open looks on the outside like that last shot from Wade. Use some more screens to get their players in open space, which they've not been doing a lot of today.
Eagles 8 of 15 from the field in the first quarter. Shot 5 threes, none of which found the net for the Cougars. 4 of 13 from the field, 1 for 6 from behind the three-point arc. Scores 19-9 in favor of the visiting UW Lacrosse Eagles. We'll take a quick break and bring you back the second quarter action here from Geisman Gymnasium on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back on the Cougar Sports Network to the opening game of the 2021-2022 season for the Cougars. They're down 19-9 after a first quarter that started with a big run from the visiting Eagles, but then they were able to get back into it. Wade looked like she lost her defender, and Wormsley was not able to convert on the open layup. Call gets a transition pass. Good vision. Finds Gardner on the baseline, and a foul called. And we'll send Gardner to the free throw line.
So like that little pass from called to the open Gardner. Gardner ended up drawing the foul. See if she can put 2 points up on the board for the Cougars, get them rolling in the second quarter.
Substitution in for the Eagles. Coming back in the game is Gamoki. Ava Gardner, her first season with the Cougars. 2019, she played for Wittenberg. She averaged 8 minutes a game. Scored 18 points, knocks down the first free throw. 60% free throw shooter in her career. Coach Martin has utilized the transfer portal to her advantage. Another player that transferred last year, Michaela Ellis from Kent State, who is not playing today. She made a significant impact on the team, and we'll see if Gardner can do that as well, but she has 2 points early on. Lauren Milne, another shot knocked down. Eagles up 21-11.
So speaking of Ella, she was the NAC South Defensive Player of the Year last year. I think the Cougars are missing her presence a little bit because they're having a hard time stopping this Eagles offense.
Wade finds McGregor in the post. Met by 3 Eagles. Kick out to Gardner, her 3 from the wing. Hits front iron, rolls out of bounds. Eagles ball. Cougars tried the entrance pass into McGregor. But then there was 3 Eagles that surrounded her. Ludwig, good perimeter defense. Losing it was Milne. Able to find in the corner was Ritchie.
So Cougars on-ball defense has been on game all day today. It's that off-ball defense. It's leaving some open looks for the Eagles.
Missed shot by Schumann. Beat Gardner off the dribble. She'll take it the other way. Ludwig. Now Cole has it near side. Entrance to McGregor. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Cougars pull it out when there's nothing there. Wade commanding the offense. 5 seconds on the shot clock. One-on-one battle with Schumann. Gets it stolen away by Gamoki. Lead pass up. Missed layup by Ritchie. The transition D for the Cougars has been a struggle in the opening, with 2 gifts in the last 2 possessions from the Eagles on missed layups. Travel called on McGregor. Another turnover for the Cougars. It'll go the other way. Schumann, an Eastern Illinois University transfer in her first season with the Eagles. Foul called. Josie Call got a little bit too much of Colthart.
Nice save there by Schumann. Keeping it in.
8 seconds on the shot clock. And driving it home is Colthart. Cougars down 23-11, 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Call, one-on-one in the paint, kicks it to McGregor. She loses it. Gardner able to collect it back up and keep it to the Cougars side. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wade met by 2 Eagles, loses it on the ground, throws it out to Ludwig, and another shot clock violation. Good defense by the Eagles.
The Eagles defense keeping the Cougars on the perimeter for most of the shot clock. By the time the Cougars try to get anything to the inside, it's usually too late in the shot clock.
Princess Gates back in for the Cougars. Alana Gilla is back in for the Eagles. Gilla's in the post. Easy pass to Gamoki. And nobody was there in the half defense. Peter, that's usually a pass you don't see open.
No, I say Eagles are having a very, very easy time getting to that interior, not even with moves and off-ball movement, just simple passes. I think the Cougars almost got to start just throwing their hands up and just trying to get in those passing lanes because they're wide open right now.
Lauren Milne with the foul. Checking into the game, number 22, Kaylee Meeker. Sarah Ludwig to the line, 65% career free throw shooter, misses the first. Also a member of the women's lacrosse team here at Concordia, Chicago. Ludwig misses both attempts. Schumann pushing it up tempo. Almost took it all the way.
It's a nice hand there from Gates, it looked like.
Jaylene Wade checks back into the game for the Cougars. A lot of these Eagles point guards and guards have been really quick off the dribble, catching these Cougar defenders off guard and catching the separation. That's why we've seen a lot of them also, I think, go uncontested to the rim.
So Eagles also using some screens very wisely. Gabby Ritchie's
Poked away by Wade. She's able to corral it, keep it in bounds. Knocked around on the Eagles side. Lead pass up. Ritchie will knock this one down. Her first points of the game. 27-11 is the score. UW La Crosse leads the Cougars.
So that's Ritchie's first points, but she's been wrecking havoc on the offensive side of the floor all day just with their screens, using her 6'2" frame to disrupt Cougars defenders. Getting some wide open space for her teammates.
Wade pulls it out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Deep three. Hits the front of the rim. Schumann. Nobody's there to guard Meeker. Ripping that away and into the corner now for Gamoki. In and out. Offensive board by Gills. Les will go to the line now, shooting 2. Couple offensive rebounds for the Eagles, kept that possession alive. Princess Gates called for the foul. Timeout taken. And we'll go to a break too. Full timeout. 27-11 is the score here in Geisman. Here we go. We'll come back with you with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Welcome back to the broadcast. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you. 27-11 is the score. The opening half of the season. Peter, what have we seen so far in this second quarter that has allowed the Eagles to continue their dominance so far over the Cougars?
So still getting to the interior of the Cougars zone relatively easily. Easy passes, easy ISO moves. Some open lanes right to the basket that they're converting on a lot, not making that many tough shots. A lot of easy layups for the Eagles so far.
Glez knocks down the first free throw. Knocks down the second. 22 of the 29 points for the Eagles have come in the paint. As Peter mentioned, it's been commanded by the Eagles, both offensively and defensively, as the Cougars have really not been able to make any inside penetration or ball movement. Lloyd off the foot, knocks it down and one. Fadeaway shot from the freshman. Bounced around a couple times on the rim and went home after hitting the backboard. She'll go to the line. And gets Lloyd's first free throw attempt as a Cougar.
So Lloyd started out a little slow, missing a couple three-pointers. Since then, she's been working towards that mid-range more and connecting.
Missed the free throw. Gamoki. One-on-one with Wade. Cross court over to Meeker. Her shot is good. Meeker gets in the box score. Wade uses a screen from Lloyd, gets to the free throw line, pulls it back to McGregor. Big shot, hard off the backboard into the grasp of Gamoki.
Call's got to get back on defense quick.
Kick out shot to Schumann, no good. Foul called on Lexi Higgins. Higgins will come out of the game. Fitzgerald comes back for the Eagles.
Say Cougars catching a bit of a break so far today. Eagles 0 for 7 from three-point land. Last year they shot 33%, which was 4th in the WIAC, I should say. They're definitely not shooting where they usually do from beyond the arc.
Cougars 1 of 9 from the same department. Lloyd, another running shot. Won't fall this time. Foul called. We'll wait to see who it is on. 2 Cougars in the area. Allison McGregor credited with the foul. So 3 fouls for the Cougars, 4 for the Eagles. 3:24 left in the second quarter. Cougars have dropped into a soft zone. 15-footer from Gamoki goes in and good. A little miscommunication on the side for the Cougars.
Eagles passing has just been on target all day. A lot of cross-court passing as well. Cougars got to get in those passing lanes, slow that passing down.
Call gives it to Wade, and these Eagles defenders have been all over the Cougars. The man-to-man has been working. Lloyd, high shot, just a little bit off the mark.
So Eagles not letting anything up on the inside.
Finally, the Cougars pick up the ball carrier. Pump fake shot from Meeker. Dishes it out to the corner for Fitzgerald. Shot goes high off the mark, deflects off an Eagle, and goes out of bounds. 2 substitutions for UW Lacrosse. Coming in is Dienberg. And checking in as well will be Cedel. Cougars have been held scoreless in the last 2 minutes and are 1 of 6 from the field in their last 6 attempts. Call tries a baseline pass for Gardner, stolen away by Dienberg. Full court pressure from the Cougars. Almost a travel by Dienberg. Higgins' 3 is off the, Sedel's 3 is off the mark. Sedel swings it over to Gamoki. Nice cross on Call. Rebound picked up by Kayla Jackson and given right back to the Eagles. Jackson checking in for the first time for the Cougars in that last break of action. Lloyd couldn't do anything on that as Gilles drives for the easy layup.
It's a nice move there by Gardner, cutting right to the inside. I'd like to see a bit more of that from all the Cougars players, a bit more aggressive towards that interior.
Gardner with 4 points, Lloyd with 4 points. Jaylene Wade leads the team with 5. 1:19 remaining. Ball goes out of bounds. Substitutions in for both teams. Sarah Ludwig, as well as Olivia Arenbeck. First time check-in for the Eagles. Kylie Lacey in as well.
4-point swing would be nice here for the Cougars. Get a little momentum as we close down on this first half.
Cougars down 20, 1:14 remaining. Cougars team last year struggled in the first half. Gardner a 3-pointer. 2 bounces off the iron. Offensive rebound by Jackson. Wade, shot outside of the block, knocks it down. She has 7 points.
Nice effort there from Jackson. Kept it in. She's tiptoeing the line, but swung it out to Wade with that shot.
Cougars dial up the pressure. Under a minute to play in the second quarter. Lloyd reaches over the back of Lacey and is called for the foul. Eagles get the inbound on the baseline. Last year, the Cougars were outscored in the second quarter, 145 to 167, and in the first quarter, outscored 131 to 191. So slow starts for the Cougars, especially last year as well, and it seems to be that here as today. They'll wind it down, trying to get as much time off the clock as possible. About a 7-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Wade drives from the elbow. Short off the brick. And the Eagles will take it down for the final shot. 13 seconds remaining. Entrance pass intended for Lacey. Off the baseline and knocked out of bounds by Wade. 9.2 seconds remaining in the half.
Stop, one last stop here for the Cougars defense. Get them some momentum going into halftime.
Quick pass out to Arnbach. 5 seconds remaining. Post entry pass in from Fitzgerald. Lloyd, one-handed shot, no good. And that'll be the end of the first half. The Eagles storming the Geisman and set the tempo early. And are off to a big lead here, 35-17 as the score as we go into halftime. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you on the call. Peter, what's one thing that you saw that's really been a separating factor between the two teams in this opening game?
I think the Eagles are just adapting to the game a little better. We saw when the Cougars broke out that high-pressure defense at first, it kind of caught the Eagles off guard. Eagles soon caught up, used a lot more off-ball movement to get to open space. Cougars really not have made any adjustments so far. Halftime's always a good time to make those adjustments. You get some time to settle the team down.
Cougars turned the ball over 10 times in that half. The Eagles only 4. I think another thing that's a pretty staggering number as we see a difference in the box score is the Eagles 26 points in the paint. The Cougars only 4. Peter, we saw the defense for the Eagles. It's been very, very aggressive outside on the perimeter, but they've been locked down as well in the paint, both offensively and defensively. Cougars haven't really had any action at all today.
Say the few times we did see the Cougars attempt to go towards the basket, they really could not get anything going. But I think a lot of that's also credited to they're playing a lot of ISO ball one-on-ones now, just hoping that their man can beat the defender. Some off-ball movement and a little bit more high-octane passing might be beneficial getting towards that paint and the basket.
Emma Gamoki leads all scorers with 8 points as well as 6 rebounds, and her team is up 35-17 at the end of the first half. Opening game of the 2021-2022 season for the Cougars. They'll make some halftime adjustments, and we'll see you after this break and for second half action here at Geisman Gymnasium on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back to the broadcast. Carter Gleithill, Peter Borkowski with you from Geisman Gymnasium on the campus of Concordia University, Chicago for this Saturday afternoon game between the visiting UW Lacrosse Eagles and your Concordia Chicago Cougars. The score is 35-17 in favor of the Eagles. And Peter, it was all Eagles in large part due to the fact that they controlled the paint offensively and defensively.
That's right. 26 of their 35 points came from the paint. Meanwhile, 4 of the Cougars' 17 came from the paint. Now, I think part of that is due to the Cougars' game plan seems to be attack the perimeter a lot, but they're going to need to do some better work getting into the paint and finishing on those buckets because, again, they're getting outscored heavily in the paint department right now.
For the Cougars, Jaylene Wade leads the team with 7 points. Ava Gardner and Sydney Lloyd with 4 points follow. And another astonishing stat for the Cougars, 1 for 11 from behind the three-point arc. Peter, both teams have struggled. We should also mention the Eagles have not hit a three-pointer in this game. They're 0 for 8 from the category. But what have we seen from both teams that has maybe contributed to that struggle?
I don't think they're leaving a lot of open space. Now, I think the Eagles have had quite a few open looks on the three they're just not converting on. But in terms of the Cougars, they are not getting a lot of those open looks on the three, a lot of close contested shots that no matter who's taking the shot, those are always going to be very hard to make.
Cougars 3 for 10 in the second quarter. 0 for 5 from the three-point line. Eagles 7 of 18 in the second quarter. Cougars get the opening possession of the second half. Gardner's shot hit off the bottom of the backboard, rebounded by Siddell. Siddell uses the screen, takes it to the paint, kicked out to the corner by Gamoki. Her shot's off the mark. Goes off the fingertips of Higgins. Cougars will inbound. On the court for the Cougars, Johnson, Wade, Gardner, McGregor, and Ludwig.
So you saw right there something else the Eagles have been doing very well.
Good give and go. Johnson couldn't finish. Too much off the backboard. Eagles in transition. Pull it out.
Eagles using their screens very smartly. Last play we saw Higgins get in there.
Nice move in the paint by Glez. Had McGregor on her back. Was able to spin around the defense. We mentioned a young team. As Jaylene Wade, who led the team in minutes played last season with 38 per game, is the only returning starter for the team from last year. 13 inactives as well for the Cougars. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Wade trying to do it herself. Corner three from Gardner. Off the mark. Rebound. Brought down by Schumann. Transition pass to Gamoki. Her shot off the back iron. Offensive rebound by Siddell. And high off the backboard for another basket is Gilles. She had Ludwig, and the size disadvantage from the 5'10 forward and the 5'7 guard paid off in favor of the Eagles.
They were seeing that size differential in the rebounding department as well. Eagles out-rebounding the Cougars 25-26, including 6-2 offensively. Using their size to their advantage.
Turnover by Johnson. Pass was intended for Gardner. Uncontested three from Siddell. Misses. Offensive board by Higgins. The Eagles will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Eight seconds on the shot clock. Drive by Schumann. Corner three from Gamoki. Off the mark. Pulled down by Ludwig. Given up to Gardner in transition. Knocks it down. Cougars get their first points of the second half.
So, yeah, I'm kind of surprised the lack of an Eagle three-pointer so far. They've had some wide open looks.
And walking up to the three-point line was Emma Gamoki. Nobody stopped the ball.
Of course, right as I say that.
Coach Martin not happy and takes a timeout. 42-19 is our score. 7:08 to remain in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break and we'll bring back more action from Geisman Gymnasium here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you. Want to take a quick moment to thank everybody doing our production today. Julia Beers, Sydney Pulaskis-Lawher, Ryan McGee, Wyatt McLaughlin, Chandler Kerr, Kayla McLeod, and CJ Sellner. All the faces behind the scenes making this production possible. As we return to action, Cougars down in a big deficit in their home and season opener against the visiting UW Lacrosse Eagles. Lloyd off 1 foot, almost a travel. Gardner puts the moves on the defense. Spin around shot, front iron, pulled down and rebounded by Siddell. Nobody out there to guard Gamoki. She misses the three. Offensive board. And a foul is called. Foul called on Sarah Ludwig. That's her second personal foul. Substitution for the Eagles coming in, Paige Schumann and Princess Gates.
A little surprised at how open the Cougars are leaving Gamoki. Last year was 12th in the WIAC in points per game, second in 3 points per game, 3-pointers per game, I should say. Today she's only 1 for 6, so Cougars getting a little bit of a break in that department. She still has the team leading, game leading 11 points though.
Higgins knocks them both down. .620 remaining in the third quarter. Short-handed Cougars are down big against the Eagles. Wade gets it picked off, and a foul is called on Princess Gates. That'll be Gates' third personal foul.
See how far up Gates is pressuring Schumann.
Travel violation. Want to gate the basket by Kath Fitzgerald. Peter, even when the Cougars are set in their half-court defense, Schumann and Gamoki are still making penetration down the middle and kicking it out, giving the Eagles open shots.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of times Cougars defenders keep looking like they want help on the backside. They're not getting it, though. Looks like that communication between the defenders needs to be a little bit clearer. You see players let their assignments pass them right on by, thinking that someone else is going to cover them.
Kickball violation on the Eagles. Cougars will inbound on the baseline. Wade entrance to Lloyd. She'll try to split the defense. McGregor offensive board, rolls it on the ground, picked up by Gates, and a traveled call. Cougars down 24, 5:33 remaining in the third quarter. Gates applies the full court pressure to Schumann.
So we saw Lloyd not even being able to get that shot off last year. Eagles ranked first in the conference in blocks a game with 5.2. Doing a good job in that paint, which they've been doing all day today as well.
High shot off the backboard by Schumann. Foul called on Jaylene Wade. That's her first personal foul. It sends Schumann to the free throw line. She misses the first free throw. Schumann has not had a point in this game. She has 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Finally gets in the scoring column with the 1 free throw. Goes 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Josie Kolchak's in for the Cougars. Carly Coldhart in for the Eagles. 25-point ball game between the Eagles and the Cougars. Dribbles in off the foot of Lloyd. Gates able to corral it back. call looking into the middle, trying to find McGregor. Uses the screen instead. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wade, corner, steps back.
So all 5 Cougars around the arc. No one's inside.
And a foul's called. Hands up on the defense is Carly Coldhart. But the referee said she moved in front of Wade. He'll send Jaylene Wade to the line. Wade led the team last year with 84% from the free throw line, 70% career free throw shooter. Makes the first. Knocks down the second. Wade now has 9 points on the game and takes a break on the bench, replaced by Sarah Ludwig. Allison McGregor comes out. Janie Turns. Turnez comes into the game. She appeared in 9 games last year with 3 starts, averaged 12.5 minutes per game. Oh, some fresh faces for the Cougars in the second half. Travel called on Siddell. Turnover Eagles. Cougars get the ball back.
We've seen a couple times in this game, Cougars get an opportunity to go on a run. They haven't capitalized on any of them yet.
2 turnovers in the quarter for the Eagles after they had 4 in the entire first half. Ludwig, 2 steps, pass intended for Turnez. Off her hands, out of bounds. Substitution in for the Eagles. Kaylee Meeker in. The freshman guard from Wanakee High School. 4:05 remaining. 23-point ball game. Eagles up big over the Cougars. Meeker was able to take it all the way to the basket until she was met by Lloyd. She got a handout in front, but a foul was called. It was called on Josie Call. 2 shots now for Meeker. Misses the first. Misses the second. Gonna get a foul on Lauren Milne. Lauren Mill with the foul. Over and back was the call. Sarah Ludwig brings it up for the Cougars. Eagles still in their press man defense. Gates tries to take it to the lane, knocks down 2 Eagles. She gets up all right. And a travel's called on Schumann, trying to decide whether to do a Euro step or sidestep the defender. Took 1 too many steps.
Good job by Ludwig to get back on defense very quick. Made the Eagles player question what they should do, led to the travel.
Ludwig is a good defender. 5th-year senior is why she's out there for Coach Martin. Again, it's all about gaining experience, and that's why the Cougars had those 2 scrimmages at the beginning of their season against North Park University and Carthage College to try to get out some of the kinks and get into the swing of things before this game. Ball goes out of bounds on the missed shot by the Eagles. Couple substitutions for the Cougars. Jaylene Wade checks back in, making her first appearance for the Cougars this season as freshman Becky Colmenares from River Grove, Illinois, from East Leiden High School. 2:52 remaining in the third quarter. 23-point ball game. Colmenares, a 2-time MVP at East Leiden High School, draws the foul. Shot doesn't count. Foul occurred on the floor. Three substitutions for the Eagles. Gabby Ritchie, Nikki Dienberg, and Emma Gamoki comes in. Fouls on Lauren Milne. Her 4th personal foul, so she'll take a seat on the bench. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Turnez sets up a screen for Wade. Swings it to Colmenares. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Colmenares has to chuck it up. Hits iron. He doesn't find net.
So Cougars running into the shot clock a lot today. It's all that perimeter work.
Dienberg drive with the fingertip finish. Dienberg gets her first points of the ball game. Minute 55 remaining. Cougars have only scored 4 points in the quarter. The Eagles have scored 11. Entrance to Call. Off the backboard and one. Josie Call gets the defender on the backside. And a good entrance pass from the top of the key leads to a three-point opportunity for the freshman.
So good things happen when you cut towards the basket. Good entrance pass there to Call. Call with a good finish and drew the foul. Can make it a three-point play here.
Princess Gates checks in for the Cougars. Cassandra Wormsley for the Eagles. Calls free throw. Too much. Transition opportunity for the Eagles. And a Cougars foul will send Emma Gamoki to the line. Jaylene Wade, her second personal foul. And before the free throws, we'll take a timeout called by Coach Lauren Martin. Scores 46-23, Eagles up with 1:34 remaining in the third quarter. We'll take a break and come back with more basketball action from Geisman Gymnasium shortly. So 2 free throws will come for Emma Gamoki. Knocks down the first. She has 12 points on the game, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and an assist. Make that 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Brings her total of 13. She now is the leading scorer for the Eagles in the game. Knocked out of bounds by Wormsley. Cougars will take it in front of their own bench. Gates inbound to Colmenares. Travel called. Another turnover for the Cougars. They have 17 on the game.
So that Eagles defense has just been hounding them all day.
Dienberg got the best of Gates on that one-on-one matchup. Offensive foul called. Gabby Ritchie got the elbow up and on the face of Sydney Lloyd. She's a little shaken up, but she's all right. Battle in the paint for sure. Eagles have won that matchup most of the game. 1:03 remaining in the third quarter.
32 paint points for the Eagles, only 8 for the Cougars. Almost had 10 there.
Lloyd not able to finish. Another foul called. Sydney Lloyd with the foul. It'll send the Eagles down there in the bonus. Gates comes out. Gardner comes back in. Carly Colhart to the line for the Eagles. 74% free throw shooter in her career. Substitution for the Cougars before the shots. Kate Johnson in for Lloyd. Lloyd will come out as she has 2 personal fouls. Cold Heart knocks down the first one. Knocks the second one down as well. She's got 2 points in the game. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Gardner crosses up Wormsley. Johnson tried to get it to Colmenares. Went right into the hands of Gamoki. She gets it back. Wormsley able to keep it in play.
Nice hands there by Colmenares. Break up that play.
Good ball movement from the Eagles. 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock.
You gotta watch this screen. The Eagles have been using it all day.
7 seconds. Drive by Wormsley. Too much. Pulled down by Gardner. 8 seconds remaining. Gives it off to Wade. Uses the screen from Johnson. Switches it to Call. Step back three. Off the mark. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Eagles up 50-23 over the Cougars. Peter, let's take a quick look at the box score from that half. Cougars' worst offensive production on the game so far with only 6 points, 2 of 10 from the field, and still 0 for 2 from the three-point line. They're 1 of 13 from that department in the game. What have we seen so far? I guess you could say, what has changed in halftime from the end of the second quarter where the Cougars were able to get a little bit going and didn't really get much going in that third quarter?
I talked about it going into halftime. The Cougars were going to need to make some adjustments to start putting some more points on the board, and really we saw them playing the same game in that third quarter that we did in the first half. A lot of perimeter work, a lot of outside shots. So they're not making that Eagles defense work too hard, especially when you don't change your game plan it up at halftime. So Cougars are going to need to make some now quick adjustments if they want to pull back into this game in the fourth quarter.
Offensively, the Cougars struggled. Defensively, that was their best quarter, allowing only 15 points from the Eagles. Eagles are finally able to knock down a three-pointer, courtesy of Emma Gamorki. Other than that, 36% from the field. They're still up big, up by 27 as we have 10 minutes remaining in this game. Cougars closed out the quarter scoreless in the last minute, 41 to play. Using this break to try to dial up some offense. After this, the Cougars are back in action next Saturday against Blackburn College at 4 p.m. Be sure to tune into the Cougar Sports Network for that, as well as all your stats can be found on cucougars.com for all things to do with CUC athletics. Eagles inbound for the start of the fourth quarter. On the court for the Cougars, Colmenares, Wade, Gardner, Call, and Johnson. Bringing it on up for the Eagles will be Nikki Dienberg, met by Wade. Call jumps out, tries to steal. Meeker able to avoid it. Three, not good. From Ritchie, rebound by Colmenares.
So that look came from this pick and slip from Ritchie. He's been using that all day.
Travel on Johnson, took one too many steps, lost the pivot. Eagles will gain possession.
So Cougars got to cut down on mistakes a little bit, especially now. They can't afford anything in the foul department.
Nice drive by Wormsley. Able to beat Gardner on the wing.
Gardner keeps looking like she's wanting help on the backside, but she's not really having anyone there to give her that help. That's why we keep seeing these guys beat the Cougars defense underneath towards the basket.
Colmenares spins around, puts a shot up, rolls off the iron. Eagles start their possession. Open drive by Meeker, high off the backboard, knocks it down and one. Looks like we saw Gardner have her heels inside the restricted area. So Dienberg will go to the line and go for the three-point play. Dienberg knocks it down to complete the three-point play. She now has 5 points in the game. Extends the lead to 32 for the Eagles. Cutting into the paint was Gardner. Draws the foul, go to the line.
So when the Cougars are able to penetrate the paint, they usually get something good out of it. Usually a foul call is involved. They just haven't been able to between that stingent Eagles defense and their game plan, which seems to focus on the perimeter a lot.
Nikki Dienberg called for the foul. Ava Gardner to the line. Kayla Jackson checked in for the Cougars during the break. Carly Coldhart came out. Gabby Ritchie came out. Kat Fitzgerald, Alana Gilles came in for the Eagles in that substitution sequence. First free throw from Gardner was good. Knocks down the second. Makes it a 30-point ball game. 8:19 remaining in the game. It's been all Eagles that they controlled the paint and used their height to outmatch the Cougars. Meeker, her three's off the mark. Offensive foul called on the Eagles. Go against Nikki Dienberg as their second personal foul. Gardner was going for the screen from Jackson to swing it to the top for McGregor. Call slips it to McGregor. Stuffed, gets a second chance points and knocks it down. McGregor gets her first points as a Cougar.
Say nice job by McGregor. Collect her own rebound off the block by Fitzgerald. And then finish on the second chance opportunity.
Stolen away by Gardner. And converts in transition. Good sequence from Gardner.
Gardner's playing with a lot of energy right now. She's got 10 points on the day, which leads the Cougars, but she's also making a lot of hustle plays that you love to see.
Foul called on Kayla Jackson. A little bit too much contact as she was beat defensively. Kicked out to the corner on the inbound to Wormsley. Meeker slips it into the post for Gilles. Dienberg three, knocks it down. Only the second three for the Eagles in the game.
Say Cougars crashed the paint a little too hard there.
And a blocking foul is called on Cassandra Wormsley. She gets knocked to the court. A little slow to get up, but she's all right. Wormsley will come out. Julia Siddell will come in for the Eagles to replace her.
Wormsley took a huge hit on that block.
Call, three-pointer. No good. Board pulled down to Wade. Gardner collects herself. Her shot's no good. McGregor was in the area, but pulled down by Fitzgerald.
McGregor's doing a good job.
Good cross-court steal from Call. She stops on the wing, swings it to the other side for Wade, knocks it down. Jaylene Wade from three. It's her second three of the ball game. She's now 2 of 4 from that department.
Great work from Call there. Caused the turnover on one end. Comes down, swung it to Wade. Good play from the freshman.
Offensive foul called.
Cougars starting to get something going here. Hear their bench getting loud.
Julia Sedal a little bit too much on the push-off off Gardner. Paige Schumann comes into the game. Lexi Higgins as well. A 6'1" senior. Get some fresh height off the bench into the game for Karen Middleton and the Eagles. Wade, good moves. Finally pulls it down. Toilet bowls in and out of the basket. Sedal brings it up for the Eagles. Is in the Schumann. Haven't seen much action in the second half. But she's in now for the Eagles to kind of control the energy that's coming from the Cougars. Offensive foul called. And another good defensive stand from the Cougars. Ava Gardner stood tall in the paint, and she finally gets it. That one will be called on Schumann. And now the Eagles take their first time out of the game at the 5:34 mark of the fourth quarter. We'll take a break as well. 58-32 is the score here in the Cougar Sports Network between the opening game of the visiting UW Lacrosse Eagles and your Concordia Chicago Cougars. .534 remaining in the game. Eagles up 58-32. Carter Gladhill with you. Peter Borkowski joining me. And Peter, Cougars on a little bit of a run and force a timeout in the hand of Karen Middleton to slow things down.
That's right. They've been playing some really good basketball the last few minutes. I think the catalyst for that has been Ava Gardner. She's been playing some very good high-octane basketball. She's also set a career high in points. Her last career high was 6 points with Wittenberg College in 2019. She's got 10 on the day so far.
So her first start as a Cougar, a new career high. McGregor in the paint. Short, Jackson in, rebound, no good. Ball squirts out of all the commotion to Sedal. Schumann using that speed. Now reverses course, good slip pass and vision from the guard. Able to find Galez in the paint. Galez has now 12 points in the game.
This is a really smart timeout.
Travel called on McGregor. Substitution for the Eagles. Lauren Milne in 4. Number 22, Callie Meeker, excuse me.
This is a smart timeout from Karen Middleton, head coach of the Eagles, a 6-year head coach. Got her team settled down. They came out, scored the first bucket out of the timeout after the Cougars were going on a bit of a run there.
Jackson wasn't able to stop Galez. Another basket for the forward from Lodi High School, the 5'10 junior. Knocked out of bounds. Ball goes to the Eagles off the Cougar deflection. Schumann gives pass over to Milne. Shot deflected by Higgins, by McGregor. Jackson wanted to take the charge, but that is not called. Wade pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound by Sedal.
So not the cleanest defensive possession there from the Cougars, but turned out in their favor.
Call tries to defend Galez. She'll be called for the foul. It'll be her third personal foul. Eva Gardner will take a break on the bench. In for the Cougars, Emily Balaban. Appeared in 7 games for the Cougars last year, made 3 starts. Her first action here today. High layup shot, no good by Siddell. Foul called on Siddell as well. That foul will send the Cougars to the free throw line for the remainder of the game with the bonus in play. McGregor attempting her first free throws as a Cougar, end of her collegiate career. Misses the first wide left. Banks home the second one. Mackenzie Strawlin checks in for call. 3:31 remaining in the game.
So Cougars in a tough situation. They haven't been able to get much going on the perimeter all game, but with such some limited time left now, they're going to need to attack that three-point land.
Arnebeck, Dienberg, Lacey, and Ritchie in for the Cougars. Offensive foul called on Dienberg. Princess Gates replaces Jaylene Wade. So the Cougars have definitely picked up the defensive pressure in the fourth quarter. They forced some more turnovers for the Eagles. They now have 13 on the game.
In the fourth, the Eagles only outscoring the Cougars 12-10, so a lot closer quarter than we've seen all game.
Gates drives it home, takes it to the lane, and is rewarded. Gates now with her first points as a Cougar. 2:45 remaining, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Strawlin in the corner, defending Arnback. McGregor. And now driving baseline is Milne. She stops, pops it up, and she's good. Lauren Milne with her 8th point of the game. 2:20 remaining. Peter mentioned it's been a lot closer in the fourth quarter than the first 3. Cougars need to make some kind of stand right here. They want to make a comeback. Starts from the 3-point line. 2 of 16 from behind the 3-point area in this game. Poked away, stolen by Dienberg, takes it, tries to go coast to coast, but she'll go to the charity stripe instead. The foul is called on the Cougars. Mackenzie Strawlin, the victim of that. Janie Turnez.
Eagles defense always seems to come up with a timely turnover. Cougars trying to get something going there, and they got a steal instead.
Janie Turnez comes in, Becky Colmenares as well for the Cougars. Jorianne Clary checking in for the Eagles, the first time we've seen her in this game. Dienberg knocks down the first free throw. She's now a perfect 3 of 3 on the game. Minute 56. Princess Gates brings it up for the Cougars. Tries to go all the way, and she is fouled. Her shot goes wild.
So most of the Eagles' fouls are coming in the paint.
You say the Cougars have been more aggressive in attacking that area of the court after they've really shied away from it. But the Eagles' defense has kind of relaxed a little bit more, which has allowed for them to go in.
Yeah, a little less stringent on the perimeter, allowing those cuts to happen. We saw in that play, Gates had a full head of steam going towards the basket, drew the foul. So the Eagles seem to change up their defense a little bit.
Still 42 points scored in the paint for the Eagles in this game. Gates knocks down 1 of 2 free throws. 30-point ball game. Shot from Kylie Lacey. Her first point of the game. Assisted by Clary. Elbow extended shot. Wide open. Balaban for 3. No bounce off the backboard and just goes down into the hands of Arnbach. Baseline cut from Dienberg. Able to find Lacey, but she's not able to finish. Offensive board for the Eagles. Milne drives it in and takes it home for the Eagles. Under a minute to play, 70-36 is the score.
Really good ball movement there for the Eagles. Kept the Cougars on their back feet.
Strawlin with the 3. Ricochets in and out. Ten seconds between shot clock and game clock. Three-pointer from Dienberg, no good. Rebound by Lacey. Deflection from Colmenares. Shot from Clary, no good. Foul on the ground. Mackenzie Strawlin picks up her second personal foul.
See the Eagles continue to outwork the Cougars in terms of rebounds. Lead that category 41-28. Offensive rebounds, they lead 10-6. So not giving the Cougars any gimmies off the boards.
Arnbach misses the first free throw. Only attempted 2 last year, is 1 for 2. So the sophomore scored 6 points for the Eagles last year in 10 games she's appeared in. She'll be in the scorebook for today as she goes 1 for 2. 18 seconds remaining. Strawlin with it at the top of the key. Gives it off to Gates. And she'll just pull it back. And she'll just stand there as the clock winds down with zeros and buzzers going off. And that's the end of the first game for the Cougars. UW Lacrosse comes to Geisman Gymnasium in a big way, defeats the Cougars 71-36. Peter, not the way you want to open up your season at home, but I guess there's a lot to learn from as this young team, as we mentioned, was a little hurt at the beginning of this game anyway, coming in with 13 inactives.
That's right. I mean, it's a good game to try and figure things out. UW Lacrosse is not a conference opponent, so probably won't hurt the Cougars too much in the conference play, but a good first game to just try and work things out, get back at it next week.
And this is a team that's been very successful in the last couple of years under Karen Middleton. As we mentioned, lost in the semifinals last year to UW Oshkosh. The year prior to that, qualified for the the NCAA tournament, I should say. So a good opening game for the Cougars against a tough opponent. That's what you want to see before you enter conference play. As you mentioned, Peter, that's where everything's really start to pick up. So the Eagles are going to be on the road in their next game on the 12th that they take on the Washington University at 5 p.m. Cougars are back in action next weekend when they take on Blackburn College at 4 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. So be sure to tune into that on the Cougar Sports Network. There will be no interview at the end of the game from Coach Martin, so we'll wrap up production here for our entire production staff. From Wyatt McLaughlin, Chandler Kerr, Ryan McGee, Sydney Palaskis-Lawher, Julia Beers, and Peter Borkowski, I'm Carter Gledhill. Thank you for tuning in to the Cougar Sports Network for today's game. Cougars drop their season opener to the Eagles 71-36. We'll see you back here for more women's basketball on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m.